Hey guys, welcome back to another Python tutorial for beginners video. Today we're going to talk about the for loop. And like a while loop, a for loop is basically just used to print out a set of instructions over and over again based on a condition. Normally people use a for loop for looping through or iterating through a sequence like a list or a tuple. I've already got PyCharm fired up here, so we're in our Programming Vault project. And let's just make a basic list. Colors equals red, green, blue. Forgot to put the brackets around it. And then to print it out, we're just going to say for X in colors, print X, and that should print out every value in colors, and you can see that it does. It prints red, green, blue. So without having a list, you can really just loop through a string the same way. You don't even need to have anything created. So in a string, it'll just loop through and print out the characters. For what if I say for X in tablet, that string, print X. Let's see what happens. So you see it goes through and prints out every single character in the word tablet, because a string is just a list of characters. So let's go ahead and talk about the break keyword like we did in the while loops. So you can use the break keyword to stop the loop before it's actually finished. So let's make our list again. And we'll say blue, green, red. So there's our list. And we'll say for X in colors, print X. But we'll also say if X equals green, break. So what's going to happen there? So I went through blue and green, and sure enough, when X was equal to green, when it was going through the list, it did a break, and so it didn't print out red. Now, depending on where you put this print statement, you can do this and let it go ahead and print green and then break, or you can take the print statement and put it below here, and then it will break before it prints green. So when this says for X in colors, the first thing it does is to check and see if X equals green. If it does, it breaks, and otherwise it'll print. So this should not print green, and it didn't. It printed blue, and then it performed the break. So let's say you can use break to decide whether you want the value you're looking for to be inclusive or not. In the same kind of way, continue will stop the current iteration and move to the next. So for instance, if you wanted to skip something. So let me just go ahead and say for X in colors, if X equals green, we'll just change this break to continue, and then we'll print X. So before, it's going to check and see if X is equal to green. If it is, it's going to continue, which means it's going to skip green. So you should see this just printing out blue and red. And that's exactly what happens. So that's how you use continue to skip a value in a list. The next thing we should talk about will be nested loops. And all a nested loop is a loop within a loop. So for that, let's go ahead and get that back. For that, we'll have a list of colors, and then we'll just put that down there because we don't need it right now. We'll have a list of things, and in this list of things we'll have a car, a truck, and a boat. Now, to use a nested loop here, we'll say for X in colors, and then inside that, so for every X in colors, we're going to look at for Y in things. You can't put X for both. You have to have different variable names. Pardon me. So for X in colors, for Y in things, and then we'll print X, Y. Let's see what that does. Maybe you can guess. Right, it prints out each value of the first list paired with a value of the second list. So blue car, blue truck, blue boat, green car, green truck, green boat, and then red car, red truck, red boat. So that's a way to do a nested loop. And those are pretty important. And the last thing with for loops I think we're going to talk about is going to be the pass keyword, or the ability to pass. In for loops, they can't be empty. If you try to run an empty for loop, you're going to get an error. So for instance, if I say for X in trees, right, and I just run that, it's not going to work because it's expecting to see something after inside the loop when you run that. So if for any reason, if you happen to have a for loop with no statement in it, you can just come inside it and say pass, and that'll let it pass without creating an error, right? And it just finishes with an exit code of 0. So that's all for for loops. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below, and I'll be certain to get back with you. And thank you for watching.